So it's 8:24 in the morning, and all the three of us are now going to work. Ayang is going to take a cab, and Grace is on her bike, and I am taking a subway. We'll see who is the fastest to get CCTV. And now, let's go.
We left from Guomao in the city's east and headed for Military Museum next to CCTV headquarters, 12.7 kilometers west.
China was once known as a kingdom of bicycles, but as incomes here have steadily climbed in recent decades, more people are choosing to buy cars to show their middle-class status. According to the University of British Columbia, in 1986, bicycles accounted for 60% of all transport in Beijing. By 2010, though, they say that ratio had fallen to just 17%. With air pollution now a major concern, though, and cars a significant contributor, the government is now trying to bring back the bike.
Another form of transport the government is trying to boost to get people off cars is the subway. Beijing now has the second longest subway network in the world, only after Shanghai. A ride on Beijing subway costs just 2 RMB per person, no matter how far you travel. But these days, many people are calling for a price hike because the subway is simply too crowded.
Surprisingly, I got my taxi relatively quickly, within just a few minutes. In the past, it could take up to an hour because it was sometimes cheaper for taxi drivers not to have a customer at all than to be burning up fuel in traffic. Now the flat down price is 13 kuai, or just over $2.
Taxi rates in Beijing have been raised quite a few times in recent years. Now this trip would cost just about 30 yuan in the past, but not anymore. It is going to cost much more now, and especially if we get stuck in traffic, as now the waiting time cost has gone up by quite a bit. So how much is it going to be this time? We'll find out soon.
This is the daily map of Beijing commuter supply. Over 10 million people take Beijing subway every day. That's nearly half the population of Australia. Here, don't really can't get into the subway. After another round of wrestling, I managed to get on the train, but had to leave my cameraman behind. Skyrocketing housing prices are driving many residents to the suburbs of Beijing. Some now have to travel hours to go to work.
It took me just about 45 minutes to reach CCTV headquarters, and I arrived a few seconds before Ayang, so it seems 2 wheels are just as fast as 4, and much cheaper. Ayang's fare ended up costing 55 yuan, or about $8.50. Lucky I had spare change to help her out.
In 2011, Beijing set up a public bike rental service similar to the Bellied system in Paris and the Forest Bikes in London. For the first hour, your bike ride is free. For every hour after that, it will cost you 1 yuan, or roughly 16 US cents. But staying safe costs a lot more. These bikes don't come with the full kit, and a safety helmet like this could cost as much as 900 yuan, or $150 US, putting them out of reach of many Chinese cyclists and raising their risks on the country's roads.
So I have arrived at Military Museum subway station. It's around 9:12 a.m. Ayang and Grace have already told me that they have already arrived. Actually, I'm only a few minutes later than them, but still I'm the last guy. This is only a small race for us, but for over 20 million people now living in Beijing, moving them around the city is now becoming a growing challenge.